Let's explain a bit more about the resources. Android obtains everything that our application needs from the resources. Our application icon is going to be on the resources. The view is going to be of the resources. If we need to add any image to our application, it's going to be added to the resources. Note that images on Android are called draggable. Okay, why are the resources so important? We are going to see an example. Go to the view and take a look at this first UI component called text view. A text view is no more than a label with a text. It has some property like the width and the height of the component and also the text. We are interested in the text. Where is this text coming from? It's coming from a string and it's called hello world. So here, this with the add is a reference and it's making a reference to a string. So let's go to the values, string file, and here we can find hello world. As we saw before, this is the value of this reference. So let's make a chain here, hello world chain, come back to the view, and we see like the value has changed because we have changed the value of this reference. I could have written here directly the text, hello testing, and the text will appear here directly. So you will be asking yourself, why don't you write the text here instead of the reference? The reason is very simple. I'm going to go back to the reference. The reason because of that, imagine that you have 20 files, 20 views, and you are writing the text hello in all of them. So if you are going to hardcode the value, and for any reason the design changes, and now instead of hello we are going to write hi, you will have to change that in 20 files, which you will waste a lot of time. That's why we just have one reference to one value, and if you want to change this to hi, we just change here. Another advantage of the resources is that it allows us to configure different languages. For example, if I want to have the application in Spanish also, I can create here a new folder. I can copy this file and here, instead of hi, I will have hola. So this is another advantage of the resources. Now, if you open this application with a device with the language set to Spanish, it will automatically find these values and it won't look at this one. And the way Android works is it always tries to find the value for that mobile, and if the value is not found, it will use the default one. So if we open the application with a mobile set on French, we don't have any folder for the French language, so then Android is going to use the English one, which is the default. Okay. The images are stored in draggable, and note that we have 4 different folders, and this depends on the density. This is medium density, high density, extra high density, extra high density. So basically we have here the same icon for our application, but is with higher quality in the extra DPI and lower quality in the medium DPI. So this will depend on the screen of our device. If we have a device like a Nexus 4, which is extra HDPI, and when we open the application on the Nexus 4, first it's going to come to the HDPI folder. If we don't have this folder, I am going to delete it. And we open the application again on the same mobile, it won't find the extra HDPI, so it will try to look on the closer one. So the closer one is extra HDPI. It's not going to go to look directly on the medium DPI. It's going to try to get as much quality as it can. And if after looking in the folder it doesn't find anyone, then it's going to look in drawable, which is the default one. So I'm going to do one thing, and I want you to do this with me, because it will make easier an exercise that we are going to do. Is just go to HDPI and copy this image to drawable, and then get rid of the other 3 folders. Okay, so this is what we have at the moment. At the moment we just have one icon in the default image folder. This is much simpler for us. Okay. So now you know how the reference works and why the resources are so important. They allow us to have different image or different text depending on every device. And if we want to make any change, we just have to change one thing in a file. We don't have to go into every view looking which string do we have to change.